there are two women in Texas that are suing the Texas state troopers for a police stop that they went through, and apparently they went through a very humiliating body cavity search. So these two women were basically, doing a cross-country trip to Oklahoma, and they got stopped in Texas for allegedly throwing cigarette butts outside the car. So a Texas state trooper stops them. His name is State Trooper David Farrell, and here's what happens.
I watched both of you throw cigarettes out on two separate occasions. I watched the cigarette go off the passenger side, and then a couple miles down the road, you threw a cigarette out. Were you both smoking in the car? 11:29 to 11:34 on mobile. And if you're 10-8, I might use your help to search a couple females.
All right, so in that video, he calls for Kelly Hellenson, who is supposed to do a search because this Texas state trooper thought that maybe he smelled some marijuana on these two women.
Now, it is a very serious case. I mean, we got possible cigarette butts thrown out the window, and then he thinks he might have smelled marijuana. So obviously, this allows them the authority to grope these women in all of their private parts.
Okay, so yes, Hellenson put on her glove. And then she proceeded to search the two women, Angela Dobbs, 38, and her niece, Ashley, 24. And she, puts her hand in their genitals, basically, to see whether or not they're hiding any marijuana. In fact, let's look at the next tape, and it shows it in a little more detail.
That's crazy.
This has been an eye-opening experience for me, okay? Never been pulled over, never searched like this. It's just, I was like totally violated over there a few minutes ago.
Look, I'm not sure I'd allow the cops to do that if I thought there was a gun on him. Like, some chance of a gun on him, right? Well, actually, if they had a gun on him, then they'd have all the rights in the world. Right?
No, but that's the part of the story that I'd actually like to talk about the most. It's amazing that we're constantly being searched. We're constantly having our privacy violated. No one gives a crap about that. But once you talk about sensible gun regulations, not banning guns, but sensible gun regulations, let's get rid of assault rifles. How about let's do that? That's the most simple, common sense thing you could do. People freak out. We don't like to have a good conversation, a real conversation about guns, but when it comes to having random people or state troopers put their hands in our vaginas, that's totally fine.
Yeah, and so even in an airport, if they think you don't go through the scanner and they're going to do the search, they're like, look, man, we got to search the whole thing because we're worried that you might do a bomb, you might have a bomb on you and blow up the plane. They use the back of their hands, they're careful, yes. They do this. Now, they shouldn't do that either, right? In this case, she's just diving in there, feeling her ass, her breasts, etc. What for? Oh my God! What if they had marijuana on them? Now think about what's worse. Like your neighbor smokes a joint in our house, or your neighbor comes over and feels you up. Obviously, the feeling up is 10 times worse than the marijuana. It's bullshit.
And it happens again and again. It's the violation of our privacy in an effort to keep us safe. In this case, the marijuana, if they had marijuana possession, that's not keeping anyone safe. It's none of your damn business. The fact that we even have these laws prohibiting marijuana drives me crazy by itself. But the fact that they're having their privacy violated on top of that for something that shouldn't even be an illegal substance makes me even more livid, and I'm glad that they're suing. So
they're going to say, oh, well, look, we had to do it, man. They were in a car. What if they were smoking marijuana? Now, on the other hand, as Anna pointed out, you could have assault weapons left and right, but that's not dangerous. But the mere possibility that the wrong kind of cigarette butt was thrown out the window apparently warrants all this. But one other annoying part of this, she never took off the gloves. She used the same gloves to do both women. Okay, now, I will add my own theory on top. I think they did this on purpose. I don't think that they thought we're protecting people here and no, it's so important to get the marijuana. I think they got a thrill out of it. I think it was sexual. Now, I don't know what the deal is with the partners and with the guy and the woman. I don't know if the male cop got off on watching it and that's why he ordered it. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the female cop likes it and told the partner, but that was sexual, man. That wasn't a security thing when she's diving in and grabbing the breasts, and both women are attractive, and golly gee, what a wild coincidence that they happen to see things going out the window, and they happen to smell things that weren't there, by the way, and they had to grope those two attractive women. They just had to do it. Now that was sexual.
Well, that's why I'm glad that they're filing a lawsuit against them, and I hope that there is a full investigation into the conduct there, because, first of all, that search went above and beyond what they should have done. So we'll see what happens. But, look, I don't want to speculate as to what their intentions were. I could understand why someone would think that it's sexual just because of the nature of it. But it's
Somebody got off on it.
Yeah.
No, I'm telling you right now, man, that was way too sexual to be like, oops, golly gee. Oh, did we do it wrong? Pfft, the fuck out of here.